Pittsburgh. It's Week 6 of the NFL on EA Sports. Taysom Hill and the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on Jeff Driscoll and the Cleveland Browns.
We've got clear skies and brisk temperatures. You know what that is? That's perfect fall football weather here at Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, PA. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Cleveland Browns and the Pittsburgh Steelers. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we look at this Steeler ball club entering play. The losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for the Browns here, they're off to a terrific start, unbeaten at 5-0 through the first month and change.
And you can hang a lot of this early success on their defense, too. They're the tone setters for these guys, and the entire team feeds off of what they do.
Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. So here are the Steelers now to take over for the first time. Leading them out, their quarterback in his 4th NFL season out of BYU, it's Taysom Hill.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25.
Made the tackle. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
On 2nd and 9. Hill, and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
Now the try here for the extra point.
The point after.
It's up and through to make it 7-0 Browns. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
25-yard line.
So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. Now Hill, fresh off the pick 6. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
2nd and 2 at the 33-yard line.
They go play fake, and it's Hill. And the Browns' pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Myles Garrett in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Hill. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown. And this defense looking like they have come to play. The pick 6, and just like that, it's 13-0 early on.
Well, go back with me to our training camp visits. What do we hear during these drills? Pass. Ball's in the air.
And then my favorite.
Oski. That's the interception. That means everybody finds someone to block them legally, stay on your feet, and they get it done. Touchdown.
Coup for the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And this will make it into the end zone, and this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25.
Spotlight turning back to Taysom Hill as he trots out with his offense. And now, Charles, this becomes a pretty important second drive for them. They're already down a pair of scores here in the first quarter.
As you noted, they're down 2 scores, and to me, they're down a possession or a service break if this were tennis, right? Because they just gave one up. Only their second drive now. Run their offense, try and get back into the game that way, and then look for some help from their defense.
Trying to forget about that pick 6 last time out.
No gain on the play. Second and
from the gun, they run with Michel. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Brought down by Khalil Mack. That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 3.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Michel. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
That's good for a Pittsburgh.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off. The quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. This is Michel on the counter. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
On 1st and 10, Hill. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
It's a gain of 7.
The numbers for Smith-Schuster in that game last week. 5 catches, 64 yards.
And he was able to get open there, but that's not always easy against this bunch defensively. We are deep enough into the season where numbers count. This is the #1 rated defense in the NFL. He'll have a tough time.
And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Out of the gun, Hill rolling to his right. Oh, now it's free. Hill fumbled it. And this is picked up by the Browns. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line. So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. Leading them out, their quarterback in his 5th season now at 6'4", it's Jeff Driscoll.
And what's a quarterback's best friend?
Balance?
I think you're right. I agree with you. You know, a lot of guys would say great receiver, right? A terrific offensive line. But I agree with you, balance, because if you can run the ball effectively, that just opens things up for guys who want to throw it and gives you easier passing lanes and easier coverages to read.
And they said balance will be a focus in this one.
Yeah, they don't want it all just heaped on his shoulders, I don't believe. I think they want to make sure they take some of the pressure off.
2nd and 4.
The numbers for him from a week ago: 10 carries, 59 yards.
He's been a huge part of their winning streak because he establishes not just an identity and a tone, but the team relies on it. He takes care of the football, he gains yardage for him, chews up clock, and that's been a big part of why they're winning games lately.
Antonio Brown, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and 4.
And 4 yards.
And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep two eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting two hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
We get a glance at the Browns' defense as they file into position. And a big reason they have the lead right now, as we see on the screen, their 3 turnovers.
And how about the emotion now that the defensive team is generating for the entire team? Creating the turnovers, what they call takeaways, and turning those into points for their team. That's why they have the lead, and that's got to be exciting for those guys on the defensive side of the ball.
And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On the ground is Michel. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
Michel, the ball carrier.
Tackle made by Marcus Golden.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. $14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
14. Steelers, nothing.
2nd and 10. Here's Hill. Hill's hit, and he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for a Browns TD. This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball, picking up their mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting it in the end zone, that's a defense's dream. They're having that type of a game.
Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for this offensive unit. Coup now for the point after.
For the point after.
And it is now 21-0. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
1st and 10. At their
Offense marching back onto the field, and our focus shifts here to Sony Michel. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game, because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. And he ran right through one tackle as he fights forward for a gain of 7.
Brings up second down.
Now on 2nd and 13. Hill steps away. And now he's going to use his legs.
Hill on the keeper. Marcus Golden on the stop.
And for the Browns, a nickel set here on 3rd down.
And 6.
A shotgun snap for Hill. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13.
41-yard line.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They run the counter. Michelle. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line.
On the carry.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Brandon, we just saw the benefits of being able to run the ball successfully. They pick up 4 yards on that carry. So now, if you're a play caller, you can do just about anything you want. But on the defensive side of the ball, you're scrambling a little bit. Now you're behind, trying to figure out, do I need to blitz him? Do I need to pressure him? How do I gain an advantage on this snap?
Out to his left. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Myles Garrett, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign.
He's the NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. The Steelers on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Here's Hill. That's to his running back, Sony Michel. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line.
That's a nice clip and save sequence there defensively because they did everything as they would have wanted to. They forced the 3rd down, blanketed the field with coverage, nowhere to go with the football, forced the dump off to the back, and even then they closed quickly and got him down behind the line of scrimmage. You name it, they did it well in that last sequence.
On 4th down, here's Brett Kern to punt the football away. Back deep, Antonio Brown. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory. And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And Brait, the tight end's got it. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
Cameron Brait. A 9-yard gain on the play.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He'll drop this down to Peterson. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a first down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
first down, here's a run with Peterson. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Roquan Smith, the Bears' leading tackler last season, makes the stop. On 2nd and 9, Driscoll drops this one off to McCoy underneath. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
A gain of 6 yards.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He is going to find Hill here. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
A gain of 10.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. He completes it to Julio Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, 2nd down.
Incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Driscoll, a slant to Jones. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. He's going deep for Brown. That's going to be caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Antonio Brown, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Now Younghoe Koo for the extra point. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it ends with a touchdown for Cleveland. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
On the return, the Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 20.
Here again comes Juju Smith-Schuster and the Steelers. They've got to be thinking, how can we get him a little bit more involved here? 2nd quarter, you're down, and really, he's been out of the mix.
I would agree with that, and oftentimes you hear, well, we're just taking what the defense is giving us, but sometimes that's just not good enough. Sometimes you have to take what you want, and that means getting him the football.
Yeah, so far just a single catch in this game. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 22-yard line.
On 2nd and 10, Hill. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. That's out to his running back, Michel. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Hill on 3rd down. That's complete. It's Devin Duvernay. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. They'll put it down right at the 40, so call this a 50-yard attempt. And his kick is good. Oh, he just did tuck it into the bottom of that left corner. And that drops the deficit from 28 to 25. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game.
All right, Brandon, thanks. A few teams starting to rise to the top as it's time to take you around the NFL here in Week 6. We'll get started up at Lucas Oil Stadium in the capital city of Indianapolis. And it's the Colts who have the lead in the second quarter. Christian Kirk, a touchdown reception. We'll stay in the AFC South as we head over to check on the Jags at home in Jacksonville. And that game all tied up as they do battle with the visiting Lions. Finally, let's get to Philadelphia. Check on the Eagles at home at Lincoln Financial Field. And at this point, they trail the visiting Baltimore Ravens. D.D. Westbrook, a touchdown reception. Meanwhile, our game has been a boat race. Very one-sided to this point. And for the call of the second half, let's get it back to our commentating team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 20.
So here are the Browns to take over. Remember, they're riding that 5-game winning streak, and right now in the driver's seat in this ball game as well. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he finds his tight end, Graham. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. That catch good for only a couple. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
On the carry.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up 4th down.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Here's Tressway now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. He can't bring him down.
The weight room does work.
That'll go as a 42-yard punt, but a net of 32. They had a 10-yard return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. And Charles, the good news, they got the stop defensively. The bad news, this is a huge hole that they're in right now. How do they start to dig out of it?
That's a great question because we're not even going to talk about how do they win it, right? We want to see how they can kind of claw back and at least make themselves feel better about the game because this one is likely out of reach. But maybe one possession at a time, try and play a little bit better and have some respect when you come out of the game.
On 2nd down, Michelle. And this Browns defense coming to life. They get him behind the line for a second straight play. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
How about that, partner? That happened in a hurry. Sudden, explosive, gets into the backfield and spills the play.
And he was AFC Defensive Player of the Week last week because of plays just like that. Throwing on 3rd down, Hill. And that will be incomplete. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
45 yards, that's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. Ready to take over again on offense. Out comes Cleveland. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. The All-Pro Justin Houston in on the tackle.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
No yardage to speak of whatsoever. Leads to a 3rd down. Now, they couldn't get anything going there out on the right side of the flat of the swing pass.
And didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game? Huge emphasis for this game, but obviously the defense had other plans and really made a nice play.
And he is going to have a Browns 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a 1st down.
Well, partners, a pretty easy explanation for his success in this one. He's very comfortable throwing the football. Did you just see that one? In the pocket, no real pressure, yet to be sacked today. When he's that comfortable, that leads to those types of completions.
On 1st down, it's Peterson. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Now the throw here complete on the right sideline. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the 3rd.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Driscoll, and Brate has it over the middle. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 24-yard line. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Peterson. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Driscoll. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15.
A 5-yard pickup on the play.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow them to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let them get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. And this one is right through. And their lead will swell up to 28.
The score, Browns 31, Steelers 3.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know, in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. The Steelers ready for their next possession. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Now Hill. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Marcus Golden. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game. And now this time an interception return for another score. Coup for the extra point.
For the point after.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick 6 put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them. Now Hill, fresh off the pick 6. Forced out to his left. He's going to... Oh, now it's free. Hill fumbled it. And this is picked up by the Browns. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And they have to be feeling pretty good. Comfortable 4th quarter lead as they take over following the fumble recovery. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Here we go. Watch safety green. Watch safety green.
Now it's AP, Adrian Peterson. In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Again, Peterson. And give him about 3 as he gets it down to the 22-yard line.
On the carry.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And that is incomplete.
Driscoll's pass intended for Antonio Brown. incomplete.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. He connected on his first. This time it's 39 yards away. And his kick here is good. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand.
41, Steelers 3.
So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Offense marching back onto the field, and our focus shifts here to Sony Michel. And there are the numbers. Got off to that torrid hot start. We thought he was in for maybe a career day. Not the case.
No doubt about it. It almost looks like a misprint after what we saw in the first half. But let's give a little bit of credit to the guys on the other side of the ball. They went in at halftime, made a few adjustments, and you know what else? They didn't lose their confidence in their ability to play. Because a lot of times you get beat down in the first half, it gets ugly in the second half. They've come out with a new resolve and a renewed determination.
On the pickup. It's 2nd and inches at the 35.
Looking to throw again on second down. Hill. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Steeler.
To throw is Hill. And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags. And I believe this is going to be a first down.
Defense.
Come on, Nat.
So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
So the penalty yards marched off on the face mask. Here's 1st and 10. Hill looks to throw, and he'll get that to Michel, complete. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
At the 42-yard line.
Hill now to throw. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Gain of 9 brings up 2nd and a yard at the 27-yard line.
To throw again on second down. Hill. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. It's a first down on a gain of 10. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Finally, a first red zone opportunity for these guys. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. Throwing again is Hill. Over the middle here to Rudolph. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15. A gain of 3. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost as bread and butter as a good running back dive play.
3rd and 2.
This will be caught just inside the 10. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. A field goal does you no good, so they're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Tyson Alualu. And this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
Heading out is the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. As they try to finish things off in this fourth quarter, and that current 5-game win streak looking like it's going to go to 6. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. They start the drive with Peterson. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
They run again with Peterson. And he'll be taken down here at about the 23-yard line.
Peterson on the carry. William Golston on the tackle. It's a gain of 2 yards. And it's 3rd down. Today's final.
Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Browns, they remain as hot as anyone, 6-0 now through the first month and a half. And they'll have another road date next week with the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, the loss here will move them back to 500 at 3-3. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Baltimore Ravens. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.